Kids these days. Based on the nature of my work, I hear this a lot. They don't do this, they do too much of that, what's wrong with them? On and on. I get a few calls a year asking if I do work for churches, and my normal answer is no. But I was recently hired to do research for a local church. The vast bulk of their tithes are coming from older parishioners, and they're curious if this matches national trends. Furthermore, have any churches solved the riddle for getting young members to tithe? Now, I instantly presume that older church members tithe more because they have more money. Young people are notoriously cash-strapped. Secondly, the church should just be grateful they have younger members. Many churches are aging out. The pastor or priest looks over his or her congregation and sees only one generation of congregant in the pews and thinks, man, I'm going to be doing a lot of last rites and funerals very soon, and not one baptism. What the research revealed, though, was that younger church members equated tithing to generosity, which it, of course, is. But what generosity meant to them was treating people nicely and kindly, not giving money to church. They could, the report stated, open the door for people. They could smile. They can take an interest in the older or infirm church members. These things, per the report, were examples of active generosity and generosity of spirit and were, therefore, examples of and the same thing as tithing. Now, if you're a public radio listener, you likely know what tithing is all about based on your presumed socioeconomic status. If you don't, tithing is given money to support the needy. The Bible suggests 10% of your income every year be given to the needy, and since you're a public radio listener, this should feel familiar, especially as this station begins their fall fundraiser soon, and this commentary is kind of intended to soften you up for it a bit. But back to the report. One noteworthy comment is that young people aren't to blame for their lack of understanding about tithing. They did not willfully organize and agree to change the definition. Due to continued disengagement from church by their parents and in turn themselves, they were never taught. The report finishes off by offering hope for churches and tithing. First, young people, when educated about the differences in tithing and generosity, come around to tithing. They're not anti-tithing. They just don't know what it is. Second, tithing increased when tied to a specific need, as in, my brethren, your tithes are needed so we can fund our mission trip to Costa Rica and finish the new chapel. And finally, tithing increased when churches offered ways to receive money other than cash and checks. Credit cards and online transfers, maybe even Venmo and PayPal, though I know there are some restrictions around those. So those kids these days that I hear so much about seem like a pretty okay group to me once brought up to speed. My reply to what's wrong with them is, not much. You just have some work to do. I'm Cam Marston, and I'm just trying to keep it real. To hear more of my Keeping It Real commentaries, enter Keeping It Real with Cam Marston into your Facebook search bar, or search for Keeping It Real with Cam Marston at your favorite podcast site.